that are included in the rubric, provided that the rubric that they were graded on did not have it incomplete. So they'd be able to see who is on the safety committee, their data summary, I'm just picking stuff out of here.
And the answer should be yes.
Okay. The one question I have is for our Concord schools. We do know that tomorrow night the city is voting to eliminate crossing guards and to allocate 2 student resource officers, I believe it's 2, to the 5 high schools within the city of Concord. Will that have any effect on the school safety plan for next year, or?
Well, I think the principals would have to review that with their school safety committee and see what is occurring with response time and so forth. So I don't think it's planned in because nobody knew it was going to be occurring, and I think that the sites, are going to be working closely with the 2 officers that we will have assigned, as well as the police chief. But at this time, nobody has necessarily built those changes into their school safety plan.
Okay, and then I also, with that said, then I would also like to kind of iterate what Mrs. Mayo was saying, in that for some of these drills, if they could happen, the first fire drill or emergency drill could happen early on in the school year, because we know on airplanes that the takeoff, it has to be done before you can leave, before you leave. And in the cruise ship that overturned in Italy and cost all their lives, they had not yet done it because you are required to do it within the first 48 hours. So I think that if, as schools, if we could get those, the first one done early after school year starts, the more our students will be aware of it, and the better off we will be in case any of these events happen. And that's just a suggestion as a board member, not a requirement of anything, but just to have those sooner versus later could help our students out if something horrible does befall a site.
That's a very important issue that you just brought up with the crossing guards. I wasn't aware that was on. I thought they had found a way to fund that. It's interesting because cities and not school districts are actually capable. The safe routes from schools dollars can be dealt. It's cities that deal with those dollars. It's not school districts that deal with those dollars, and so I don't know if that funding has dried up, but the Safe Routes from Schools program, I believe, was a federal program that cities administer, and most cities have specific requirements that they and only they can administer traffic flow. So that you're not. It's really the city's place to have traffic crossing guards, and it's very difficult to get them, even when they're paid. So it's trying to, if we as a school district and our parents are going to have to try to find ways to fundraise or to volunteer for those positions, it's difficult to find consistent traffic guard coverage for our site. So it's gonna be a big deal.
So if you're interested in this, the Concord City Council meeting is tomorrow night at, I believe, 7 p.m. in the Concord Civic Center. So you may, if you're interested, go over there and speak on the issue of crossing guards and or student resource officers. Any other discussion on this item? All right, I will call for a vote. Motion passes 4-1-0. The next item on the